Articulations between vertebrae. The same we can found here. It is all types of articulation. For example, syndesmosis. In vertebral column, syndesmosis presence in ligaments and in membranes. Ligaments. First ligament anteriorly from the bodies of vertebrae, that is ligamentum longitudinale anterior. And posteriorly here it is in vertebral canal, behind of the bodies. Here it is ligamentum longitudinale posterior. Between arches of vertebrae, here and here and here, everywhere, between arches, we have yellow ligaments, ligamenta flava. Between transverse processes, we have ligamenta intertransversaria. Between spinal processes, ligamenta interspinalia. And above of spinal processes, we have ligamentum supraspinalia. And in cervical department, it has specific name, ligamentum nucha, nuchal ligament. They are ligaments in vertebral column. And membrane, we have only between atlas and occipital bone. Today, some of you already right. Name of this membrane: membrana atlanta occipitalis anterior and membrana atlanta occipitalis posterior. Next, synchondrosis, temporary and permanent. Temporary synchondrosis, they are between sacral and coccygeal vertebrae. Temporary synchondrosis, and they replace into synostosis. And we receive one bone that is os sacrum, another bone os coccygeus. They are examples of temporary synchondrosis and synostosis. And permanent synchondrosis in vertebral column, they are discus intervertebralis, nearest vertebrae, joined together with the help of cartilage. Name of this cartilage, discus intervertebralis. Peripheral body of this disc has a fibrous ring, that is annulus fibrosus, and inside of this cartilage we have nucleus pulposus. That is synchondrosis between vertebrae. Sometimes this discus intervertebralis has cavitas. In this case, we speak about symphysis in cervical and in lumbar department. And joints between vertebrae, they are joints between articular processes. Here it is processus articularis inferior of one vertebra. It's make joint with processus articularis superior of the next vertebra. And name of this joint is articulatio zygapophysialis. This joint is simple or compound? Tell me. Simple, because two articular surfaces. It is simple joint. It is plane joint. If it is plane, how many axes of movements in plane joints?
Multi-axial.
Yes, it is multi-axial, and these joints are combined because here it is one joint, here it is another joint, but they work together. And now axis of movements and movements. In frontal axis, we move vertebral column forward and backward. In sagittal plane, lateral movement to the right and to the left. And in vertical axis, that is rotation. Clear it is? Now, some words about articulation between skull and vertebral column. Here it is, we have two joints between occipital bone and atlas, that is atlanta occipital joint, articulatio atlanta occipitalis, and three joints between atlas and axis. One of them, it is articulatio atlanta axialis mediana. Here it is between dens and anterior arch of atlas. And two lateral joints, articulatio atlanta axialis lateralis. We start from atlanta occipital joint. This joint is, tell me please, is it simple or compound? Simple, because two articular surfaces. Here it is condyles of occipital bone, and here it is facies articularis superior of atlas. Simple joint. What is the shape of this joint? What is it? That is what is the structure? Condylus. That is why condyloid. If it is condyloid, how many axes of movement? Two biaxial joint. Simple, condyloid, biaxial, and combined. Here we have two joints, right and left, and they work together. They are combined joints. Two axes of movement. In frontal axis, we move head downward and upward, and in sagittal axis, we move to the right and to the left. There it is. And we already said that this joint has two membranes, anterior and posterior membrane. Now, three joints between atlas and axis. Articulatio atlanta axialis mediana, this central joint between dens and fovea dentis of atlas. This joint is simple, two bones participate. It is cylindrical joint of the second type. Cylindrical shape, that is why it is uniaxial joint, uniaxial, one axis of movement. And this joint combined together with two lateral joints. That is why all of these three joints are combined joints. And one axis of movement, that is vertical axis. And in vertical axis we can see rotation of atlas and its surroundings. Clear it is? Lateral joints are simple, plain, combined, and the same, they are uniaxial. Usually simple plain joints are multi-axial, but these two plain joints combined with uniaxial cylindrical joint. That is why together they have only one axis of movement. All of these three joints are uniaxial joints. And ligaments. Here it is, we have main ligament between two lateral masses from left to right, ligamentum transversum atlantis. That is very important ligament, because if this ligament broken, in this case atlas can move forward and destroy what is spinal cord. That is very dangerous for human life. Next ligament from apex of dens to foramen magnum, that is ligamentum apitis dentis. Then laterally from dens we have ligamenta alaria, and from transverse ligament upward and downward we have vertical fibers. That is why name of this ligament ligamentum cruciatum atlantis, cruci from ligament of atlas. And all of these ligaments close together with the help of membrane, that is membrana tectoria, tectorial ligament.
Can you show membrana tectoria?
Oh, here it is a lot of ligaments, and these ligaments from vertebral canal separates with the help of membrana tectoria. It closed all of these ligaments together. That is all. Articulations of vertebral column and articulation between skull and vertebral column next time. And the same you will write about all types of articulation on example of vertebral column. Clear it is? That is all.